Hello students, today I'll talk about some general spelling rules which you can use in your IELTS test, specifically in your reading, listening and writing. So we'll start here. The first rule you should know is the end consonant is usually doubled when there is one vowel letter before it. So the end consonant is usually doubled when there is one vowel letter before it. For example, while adding ed or ing, so for example, this p is a consonant and this o is a vowel. So before this consonant, last word, the last letter here is a consonant. Before this last letter, there is a word o, which is a vowel. So when we add ed or ing to this word stop, so we'll double the last consonant. So stop will become S-T-O-P-P-E-D and stopping S-T-O-P-P-I-N-G. The next word is spot. No, S-P-O-T. Before T there is a vowel called O. So when we add ed or ing to the word spot, it will become spotted with double T and spotting with double T. The next word is admit. So similarly, as we have done this, in before T there is I. So when we add ed and ing to the word admit, so we have to double the last consonant, which is T. So similarly, regret is regretted, regretting, recur, recurred, recurring, plan, planned, planning, beg, begged, begging. I have some more examples for you. Example, worship, worshipped, worshipping. So before P there is a vowel I, so we double the consonant P when we add ed and ing. Kidnap, kidnapped, kidnapping. Travel, traveled, traveling. So we'll double will use L two times because it's a last consonant. Before that there is word E, which is a vowel. So equipped, equipped, equipping. Slap, slapped, slapping. Level, leveled, leveling. Quarrel, quarreled, quarreling. Signal, signaled, signaling. Model, modeled, modeling. So there are some exceptions to this rule, and I'll talk about here further. Now when we use the word suffer, offer and differ. Now suffer, offer and differ, here the last word is a consonant and before this last word there is a vowel called E. So but still here we are using suffered and suffering, we are not doubling the word R, the last consonant. So we'll keep it as it is. So these three words you have to remember: suffer, offer, differ. So there are some other words like benefit, focus, listen, answer and parallel. Now these are the words, despite having last word as a consonant, before that word there is a vowel, will still, when we add ed and ing to these words, we will not double the last consonant. So you can make note of these words. Next, while adding er or est, for example, for making comparative and superlative degree of adjectives like thin, and this is the consonant and before this consonant there is vowel I. So when we convert it into thinner or thinnest, when we add er or est, so we will double the last consonant. So thin, thinner, thinnest. Big, bigger, biggest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Mad, madder, maddest. So you can see in all these words the last word is a consonant and before that there is a vowel. So when we add er or est to these words, so we will double the last consonant. Similarly, when we make or when we convert noun into a verb, so we will do the same thing. For example, cut, this is a verb, and when we add er to that verb, it becomes a noun. So while converting cut into cutter, so when we add er, so we'll double the last consonant, because before that consonant there is a vowel, that is u. So cut will become cutter with double t. Swim, swimmer. Run, runner. Sin, sinner. Other examples are rub, rubber. Rob, robber. Travel, traveler. Control, controller. So in all such cases, we have doubled the last consonant because before that consonant there was a vowel. The rule number 2 is the end consonant is not doubled when there are two vowels before it. While adding ed or ing, for example, in reap, so there is a consonant at the last of the word, that is p, and before that there are two vowels, e and a. When we add ed and ing to the word reap, so we will not double the word p, because before this there are two vowels. So we can see other words like heap, team, there are two vowels before the consonant, and while converting that into ed and ing, while adding ed and ing, we will not double the last consonant. We will double the last consonant only if there is one vowel before the consonant, before the last consonant. Shout, there are two vowels, so we will not double the last consonant. School, fear, equal. So in all such cases, we have kept the last consonant as a single consonant. Rule number 3. The noun and adjectives ending in y change to I while adding any suffix like er, est, ly, full, and ness. We'll take some examples. So tidy. So we will convert y into I when we add er or est. So tidy, tidier, tidiest. Sunny, sunnier, sunniest. So we'll convert y into I. Happy, happier, happiest. Fly, flyer. Petty, pitiful. Pity, pitiful. Beauty, beautiful. Mercy, merciful. In all such cases, we have changed the word y into I when we use er or est after that word, or when we even use full. So you do have to remember that before y there is also a consonant. So the verb ending in y changed to I when adding ed, but remained unchanged while adding ing. So the verbs which end in y changed to I while adding ed, but it will not change when we'll add ing. For example, rely, so we will change the y into I when we add ed, but we will never change the word y into I when we add ing to it. Marry, married, marrying. Try, tried, trying. Carry, carried, carrying. So in all such words, while adding ed, we have changed the word y into I, but while adding ing, we have not changed the word y. So the words ending in y with vowels do not change. Example, now before this y there is a vowel e. In earlier such cases, before this y there was a consonant, so we changed it to I. But before y, if there is a vowel, so we will not change y into vowel, that is I. So we'll keep the y as it is when we add ed and ing. So pray, prayed, praying. So before y there is a vowel a. Enjoy, enjoyed, enjoying, and before y there is a vowel o. So there are some exceptions, and these exceptions are say, pay, and lay. So we convert say into said, pay into paid, lay into laid. So we will add id, we'll change y into I, and then we'll add d. But while adding ing, so we'll keep the word y. So always remember, when we add ing, so we will not change the word y. So we'll simply add y plus ing. We only change the word y into I when before y there is again a consonant. But before y, if there is a vowel, so we will not change y into I. I hope you follow this. Rule number 4. When words ending in double L are compounded, both become single L. Or when words are converted into adjectives. But when adjectives which end in L are converted into adverbs by using ly, then double L is used. I'll give you example. When we add will and full, these two words end in double L, and when we add both these words, so we'll end up getting will full, and when we add these, we only use single L. But when we convert it into an adverb called willfully, so then we will use two L and then Y. Full, fill, so we'll skip one L from both the words, and when we add it, it becomes fulfill with FUL, FIL. Beauty, when we add full to beauty, it becomes beautiful. But when we use it as an adverb, so we'll retain two L's, so we'll make it beautifully. Peace, peaceful, peacefully. Use, useful, usefully. Help, helpful, helpfully. We'll see some more examples. Meaning, meaningful, meaningfully. Soul, soulful, soulfully. Joy, joyful, joyfully. Hope, hopeful, hopefully. Mercy, merciful, mercifully. So in all these letters, so we have used FUL, and the last word will be only single L. But when we add ly to this word, so we will keep two L's. The next fifth rule is the letter C is followed by IE. I have seen most of the students do some mistakes while writing a particular word. They write CIE. So we should not write this. We should always write CEI in words where these letters are used. So when we use the letter C, we use EI, and in other cases we simply use IE. So we'll take some examples. In receive, C, after C we have used EI. So the word is RECEIVE. Perceive, PERCEIVE. Deceive, CEIVE. Conceive, sealing. So in all such cases, after C we have used the patron EI. But if there is no C, then we keep the order to be IE. So niece, sage, believe, achieve. So in these cases we have kept the order as IE, not as EI. So we will use EI when before there is a word C. There are some exceptions to this rule, and these exceptions are leisure, counterfeit, freight, their, height, ha, ren. So these are the words in which we have kept the order as EI, 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 even if there is no C. So except these words, whenever we use so I and E, so we'll keep the order IE. Else, if there is a word C, then we keep the order EI. So these are the some basic spelling rules. So thanks for watching. So if you find it helpful, so I do suggest that do subscribe to this channel and keep sharing.